What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Alright, this is an update for my detox. Okay, I am at the end of it somewhat. Okay, now health is wealth. I'm gonna start there. Um, what I feel like I've learned through this process. Now, I was nervous in the beginning because I knew it was gonna be nasty, but I had this thing about regurgitation. I don't want to go there. Okay, so that's what my biggest fear was, that I was going to do that, but none of that happened. Just straight out the other shooter. Okay, and when I say I ain't ever felt so clean in my life, I got rest that I didn't know I needed. Um, yeah, I strongly suggest, and I want to mention this thing. Okay, a lot of times, this the epiphany I had. When I bought the stuff, I was like, God, dog, this is expensive. Then I sat there and I was like, Lord, I done spent my money on things that didn't mean me no well. And I did not complain about how much it costed. Why do we do that as black folk? That's something that I think we need to break out of, that cycle of calling things too expensive when we comparing it to something that don't mean us no well. Okay, I ain't ever spent money on no bottle, but I know people that have, and I know a small bottle is $40 if you try and get a good kind, good brand. But nobody complain about buying a bottle. Nobody complain about buying a sack. But we will complain about buying something black owned. We got to stop it. We need to really start supporting one another, especially when it comes to healing. We need to do better, not just, physically, but mentally and spiritually, mind, body, and soul. A lot of time you can't connect to your soul because your body is all out of line. Okay, and when you clean out all them toxins, it can kind of clear all that fog in your mind. Now, I've been eating better, but after taking this detox, I realized I probably should work on my sugar intake. Not probably, I will. I got a bad thing with sugar. I love snacks, and I know I'm not alone. But it ain't no good for us, y'all. Diabetes is a problem in our community. Okay? Now, I highly recommend. I will be going back tomorrow to get me some seaweed. Okay? I've done seaweed before. Might as well start it back up again. I got tongue twisted. Anyway. But yeah, that's my little spiel. Okay. I hope that, this does help and encourage somebody. A detox is necessary. You putting anything else in your body without questioning it. So do this. Do it. I highly recommend. I feel so much better. And this is just the beginning. So, hey, like I said, but another thing you need to learn before I leave out. Don't do it yourself. If you are not an expert, go get some help from an expert, okay? If you in my area, I will, if you go to my other video, I did put a little flyer. I didn't link it. But it's Live Oil. It's in Beaumont, Texas, and y'all check her out. I got great, like I said, I need to go leave a rating on her page because not just her product, but her energy she brings. That's somebody you can trust. I know it's a lot to say, but you can't just put your health in anybody's hands. And that's the truth about that. Okay? Like I said, you want to get the right people, and I ain't gonna lead you in the wrong direction. I know some people that will lead you in the wrong direction, but I speaks truth. Okay? If I am lying about anything, you know, God corrects me, and I come back and correct it, even if he sends somebody else to correct me. Okay? But other than that, I highly suggest y'all go clean your gut. I know I said I would leave out, but one more thing. It made me think about something somebody... if you follow me, you know. This ADHD gets you cutting up. But it made me think about a ex I had. I remember a long time ago, he was like, you need to take a laxative. All that junk in your body been sitting in your body. And I ain't want to listen to him. I didn't. Because he used to get on my nerve. He felt like he could just tell me what to do all the time. And so when he told me that, I was like, whatever. But I can honestly say that's about the only thing he was right about. They don't always be wrong. I know we don't be hearing that because they be doing wrong. But sometimes just because they doing wrong don't mean what they saying ain't wrong. Okay? So sometimes they be right. And we got to give it to them, y'all. All right? All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.